We're going to talk show here on the show, and that's Ohtani. Listen, anytime you can discuss Babe Ruth in a sentence, that immediately will capture anyone's attention. And what he's doing so far is captivating, Bill, because it's one thing to say, oh, I know a guy who can hit and pitch. Yeah, but can he pitch with a 2.10 ERA and hit 13 home runs and lead the league? Well, right now, Ohtani's doing that. How's he doing this?
Well, the beautiful thing about this, and when I saw him hit the homer last night, and I knew I was going to be with him today for a doubleheader, by the way. Today.
Thanks for making that clear. You can book for two.
But when I saw that, I'm not a mechanical person when I'm talking about hitters. I think it's more about what's between your ears.
Yeah.
And when you saw that homer go, and then look at this right here. Freeze it for a minute for me. We're going to slow this thing down and go. This is a high chi ball about the letters. And I actually think there's part of him that went through this process where Case, he climbed up on top of it. Now, he's not chopping wood, he's not swinging down, but he beat this high heater to the point with his approach, and I think with this, by saying, I'm not swinging up, because if you try to swing up on 94 up there, left on left, you're in trouble, you're going to swing and miss it. And just kind of watch this play through, and maybe we'll back it up and go through it in case you can play with it. But watch this thing in slow-mo.
I think a big thing about him is look how stacked he is right here. Pause it. Can you bring that back? That's unbelievable. Bring that back and watch his body, how stacked he stays, right? He stays. So watch his head. So going back, what I love about Ohtani, first off, is his setup, right? He really sits on this backside really nice. Now, this front foot, he never really steps. He kind of picks it up, puts it down, which allows his head. That's why I was saying that pitch he hits, if he's got a lot of head movement, not many guys are hitting that pitch. Ohtani is such a big guy, kind of turns that front foot down, right? Doesn't step forward, which keeps his body stacked. So when that pitch is up, he can still climb on top of it because he stays in that good stacked position. Watch and see what I'm talking about here. Run it forward a little bit. Look at that head. Really doesn't even move, and he starts to rotate that backside. Look at that pitch. And what's amazing, can you bring it back on contact? I think this will be a great point. If you bring it back right on contact, I'm going to show you something that's really cool. One more. Yeah, okay, one more up. There you go, right there. Even though this pitch is up by his shoulders, his barrel is still below his hands, right? So when people talk about, oh, man, you got to get on top of the ball. Ohtani doesn't come to that ball and put the barrel above his hands. He's attacking it up, and he's coming almost like a downward approach, but on contact, his barrel is still below his hands, and that allows his backside to drive through the ball, and that's how he creates so much power.
And first of all, just play it through for us, and we'll get to a drill. Because first of all, climbing up on a high piece of chi like that, that's work.
Yeah, that's tough. Really
and
tough.
We're going to do a drill with Case. So I'm going to do some saw toss. I'm going to throw him chest high and higher. And watch Case hit line drives by doing this. Now, if I threw him strike after strike after strike, and he's just hitting rockets all over the place because he's a lifetime 300 hitter in the big league. But he's hitting rockets everywhere. That's not as much work because that's just an easier thing to do. But in order to hit this thing neck high, face high, because I'm going to throw him some there, you've actually got to work and climb up on it. So he's going to be full lathered after we do
All right.
Yeah. I want to make one other point before we get going.
Yep.
Sure.
I think this is crazy about Shohei Ohtani. I think this is what we need to, as fans, to look and see, man, we've never seen this before, what he's doing. Because, Rip, how tough is it to just be a hitter in the big leagues? It's so freaking hard. And then let's go another level. How about to be a switch hitter? Even harder, right? To be a hitter and a starting pitcher is almost impossible, to tell you the truth, with the routines and the work that goes into being a hitter and to be a starter with the routine you have to have 4 days before you start. It's almost, it blows my mind. And that's what I like about what J.J. Watt said, like, no, let's pay attention.
Yes.
Let's not just say, hey, he's got a 2 ERA and he hits 13 homers. No. What he's doing is unprecedented, and as fans, we could sit back and say, wow, is this great for baseball?
This could be unprecedented what you're about to do. Hit some rockets with some high pitches. Clear the deck here. I'm going to go hang with the bird here.
We're going to watch this, and I'm going to throw the ball high. I'm going to aim towards his microphone, and I might be a little bit higher than that, and watch Case's swing, and watch where he hits the ball.
Okay.
This was not rehearsed yet.
No, this is not. This is cold turkey right here, bro.
This is like spring training B game. game.
So I'm going to try. My approach here, though, Rip, is going to be to try and stay stacked like Ohtani, and I'm going to approach the ball on top of the ball, right? I think that will really help me hit the high pitches.
You good there? All right.
All right. So, boom. So it's like I'm still up there, and remember, my barrel is going to be when I hit this ball. See that my barrel, and then is still below my hand, which is stacked, and then boom. Oh. Heads up, Rip. I don't want to relive the.
That's why I'm sitting behind this thing. I trusted you once. But now Ohtani's ball that he hit for the yaya, that was up and in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to rush him up and in, and I'm going to make him get the bat head out.
Yeah.
That's the only way he's going to hit it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Like you got to, and that's even kind of harder too because I'm staying up and it's boom and it's. Boy,
Bam.
Rocks today. But it's definitely. There's definitely something to be said about this high pitch, and that's why you see a lot more guys struggle with the high pitch because pitchers are throwing it more, right? Pitchers are rushing guys more up here because I think sometimes hitters are getting in this mode when you look at a guy like Ohtani, man, he's really working on top of the ball.
Oh,
Bam.
it's over his head.
If that's a high pitch, and you're still able to get lift and elevation.
Able to hit it. I mean, obviously, in the big leagues, this might be really hard. That's why we're talking about it because it's. Oh, sorry about that. It's.
You know what? It's funny when you hit somebody else.
They had pads on. It's okay.
It's dangerous.
Tough-looking crew.
So we're working. Boom. Up.
See, he even got on top of it enough to hit a ground ball on a ball that's up there.
Well, up and in. Up and in. Let's.
Ooh, that almost got my lips again. All right, last one here.
And
that was a good pitch right there.
And we were talking about Trout, right? Did we not talk about, sometimes he talks about, man, he really works on top of the ball. He talks about when he's on the tee, Trout likes to try and hit the ball into the ground.
Right.
And what he does on soft toss, he likes to do this high flip drill where it's up top. So now, when it starts gradually coming down, Rip, maybe you could give me a couple down. When you start to say this swing that plays this, plays here.
Makes it easy, but I'm going to take it easy on you and give you a breath. I want to show you one more homer he hit in Fenway the other night when he popped the ball over the green monster on a ball down and away, and he's out in front. And look at this thing go up over the monster. I understand it's a little bit of a short porch, but that ball is driven. And when you see this sideways, stop it for me. So, Case, you could take it here because he really gets out on his front foot. And I'm going to throw a Case some lob drills that he can actually work on that because he's out on his front foot when you play this thing go through.
Yeah.
And his hands stay back. And he really does go down to the baseball when he pops this out of here. Go ahead and play it.
Keep bringing it. Wow. Talk about really not. So, a lot of times they say to hit that pitch, you got to really keep your hands alive. And what that means is that ball's a off-speed pitch away, and Ohtani gets out on his front foot. But did you see the stretch of his hands?
Yes.
Can we look at that again?
Sure we can.
Can you guys bring that back? Can you guys bring that back? Go ahead on the step. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. Stop it right there, right there. He's starting to make a move to the ball. His eyes right now are saying, uh-oh, this ball's fading away. But here's the key, guys, the key to everything. Look at the stretch he has with his hands here. So he's about to lose his lower half. It's going to be gone. But this guy's eye-hand coordination is such at a next level. He's such a big guy. Look at the stretch that he has with his hands. He's going to lose his lower half and keep his hands. Keep it going. Keep it going, and I'll tell you when to stop it. Now look right here. Stop it right there. Stop it right there. Look, I like to call this landing the plane, right? When you have to have a long runway to land a plane, right? When it's coming in, boom, it lands and it comes in, right? Well, the biggest deal here is look at the runway this guy has, because his hands were back so much and he kept them alive. Look at the barrel is still lagged back here, and the ball is about to enter into play, and he's kept his hands alive. That's why he keeps hitting. He's so strong, he's able to flip it out to left on Fenway.
All right, let me see if you can recreate that right there. Now, the landing the plane right there, Adnan, is that a first for you?
I was about to say, that's also a broadcasting term. Whenever
Create
someone
the
can't
runway.
talk in
Create
time.
the runway.
Because my man has introduced the skip the rock, throw the frisbee, and now the land the plane.
And
wrap it up, we land the plane.
Maybe it was create the runway.
One stat, by the way, Ohtani 789 slugging on high pitches. That's easily the best in baseball. To your guys' point, it's not just that he gets to it, he hits it hard.
And mechanically, he's gifted, but it's also because of the approaches, I'm going to climb on top of it. That's the only way you're going to hit that.
You can almost do.
So are you going to get out of whack? Because I'm going to flip you some change.
You can almost do this drill too. Like if you were out on your front foot, you can work on just keeping your hands alive. So go ahead. Why don't you do that?
And I'm going to flip. You want me to?
Yeah. And
pace or just flip it?
Yeah. You can just flip it out there.
All right. Change up.
Change up. Yeah. And I'm just gonna work on like, okay, my legs are gone, but I'm keeping. Oh, sorry about that. I keep my hands alive, right? So this is dangerous in here.
Dude, this is funny when other people get hit.
So I'm out of my front foot. I got nothing, but boom. But I still got my hands, right? And I still have a shot. It happens. It's the big leagues, guys.
Right.
What is their job as a pitcher? To deceive the hitter. Well, as a hitter, even though I'm deceived, I can still keep my hands alive and the weapons, and I can still, boom, still shoot. I got not much base, but I got enough to make something happen. Boom.
You know what? It's
still
important
stay to left field.
I think when you talk about Ohtani and what he's able to do, he competes in the batter's box.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we might be missing, because it's okay to be out in front and ugly if we throw our hands at something and get a knock.
Yeah.
Yes.
To me, that's better than swinging 3 times with your A swing and walk back to the dugout. So don't give up, compete in the batter's box, because that's what he did. And you talked about how big and strong he is.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude right now, and I know he's hot.
Yeah.
And you can easily go cold in this game because those guys out there are pretty good from time to time. But if this dude can hit that pitch down and away over the monster that way, then climb up 94 on a left on left and go that way, there's really everything in between he's got covered right now because he's hot.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So
where are you going to pitch to him?